Hello, Jeff Helvin here with Ballen Brands, and today I'm going to show you how to edit your website navigation in WordPress. So right now I have pulled up one of our real estate websites as an example, and you'll see across the top here we have buying, selling, lifestyle, locations, about us, and contact us. So this is considered navigation, website navigation. Now there might be other spots of navigation such as these down here, toolbars. You can actually create multiple different navigation options, but for the most part we have what's usually considered a main navigation that's usually showing up at the top of the website, and sometimes that's broken up into left nav and right nav, things like that. But you'll see when we dig into this that it gets a little more obvious on kind of how we're going to edit this particular content or how we find what we need. Now there's a couple different ways to do this. Right now I'm logged into my WordPress admin. I can actually just go to customize, and when I click on customize, it's going to pull up some of these options here on the left hand side. Now these are usually developed based on the theme producer. So whoever built the theme chooses what elements are going to show up here on the left hand side. Most of the time, in just about any themes that we've worked with, we will see a menus option. So I can click on menus and you'll see account tools, primary navigation, and search tools. Now again, these are named so that we know which ones they are. So primary navigation is usually going to be this one up here, and then account tools and search tools. If I go back down to the bottom, you'll see account tools and search tools. So you see how that's all played out there. And here we have, again, the option to click on them to see more. So I'm going to mess with these up here. So if I go to primary navigation, you'll see this is what we have set up: buying, selling, lifestyle, locations, about us, and contact us right here. Now I can easily add new items. I can change names. Like let's say I wanted to change buying to buyers. I can click this right little arrow and I can just type in buyers, for example, and scroll back up there, and then I'm good to go. Now, depending on the themes and how these are set up, sometimes it'll show it and load it over here so you can kind of see what that looks like. But otherwise, you're able to see the labels here. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back to buying. All right, because I don't actually want to mess with my theme here. So we have buying, selling, lifestyle. So you'll see here also there's different types of menu options. So we have categories, we have what the page, like which page it is. So in this case, it was built using Elementor. We have the custom link for the contact page. There's a lot of different options here that we can choose, and we really just need to decide where, what we want it to say, where we want it to go. We can also drag and drop things. Like I can move this over just a little bit, and that'll actually nest that contact item, that contact menu under the about us by doing that little drag and drop. So you see that little dotted line there? You'll actually be able to nest that under different options if we're trying to create drop downs. So it's just that simple. It's not difficult at all. It's just a matter of knowing how to manage those particular things. Now let's say I want to add a menu item. Let's say I'm going to do one for reviews or testimonials. So I can click on add items and it pulls this over here. Now what this is doing is we have custom links. So if I'm just going to simply add my own link and a URL off to another page, maybe it's not a page that I have built on the website, but maybe it's a link off to something else, then I can use this custom links option. There's this pages option, which actually then will pull up any of the pages that we have created in the WordPress admin. So you'll see here we have a lot of different pages. We have our bios. We have a blog page. We've got these different ones. They say Elementor because we designed the pages in Elementor. So these are all different options that I can choose based on. Now I mentioned I wanted to do reviews. So I can actually click on reviews and you'll see it popped it right down here on the bottom. Again, if I want that under about us, I can drag and drop it over there and see that little tabbed out version. So that's an option. So we have that. Those are all different things that we can do there for reviews. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I don't want to add that. I can close pages. I can also go to posts. So these are actually different blogs that I have set up in there. So I could choose that if we're going to use posts. Landing pages, we don't have any set up in here currently, but if we did, we'd be able to choose from those. Showcase pages, that's something custom to Ballen Brands. We call them showcase pages for the different price points. So if we wanted to say like, homes with a pool, and we wanted that to be one of our main navigation options, I could simply find it here under our showcase pages and add that as well. Categories, these are our blog categories that we have. So we can make that. So that's actually buying, you'll see as a category, and selling. And then you could also create pages based on tags, but that's not something that that's kind of more advanced for categorizing and organizing things. So we'll stick to the simple basics here. Pages, posts, and categories are usually what you're going to do the most, as well as the custom links. Another couple little points here is if I chose pages, let's say I wanted to do team, I could actually still change the label itself, even though the name of the page is team. Now, the reason why this is valuable is because if I could use custom links and just always put in the URL of those pages that I have on my website. But if I were to change the link to the page or the title of the page, we would want that to be reflected in our navigation as well automatically. So if I'm using things like category or the actual page itself that is, that I'm linking to, then that gives us a little more, it's less likely that we're going to end up with a broken link somewhere if we forget to go change that. So a lot of different options here on how to navigate all that. The same is true. So let's say I was good with all that. Let's go ahead and close. So I could just hit publish, and those navigation updates would be live and changed on the website. If you don't like that interface, the other spot to find it, if I go to dashboard, is under appearance menus. So that's going to pull us right here up to, again, search tools, primary navigation, account tools. And you'll see here, just hit select, you'll see here that I have the same options here. These are our most recent pages that we've created, so that might be easy. This is an easier navigation because it pulls that up automatically, like the most recent ones that we've added. So if you went and built a new page and then want to add a navigation, I'd just go to most recent. Or again, I can go to post, I can go to custom links, I can go to categories. So you'll see those different options here. So a lot of different ways to make this happen. The trick is just getting in there, clicking on the little arrows if we have any questions on that, what it looks like or where it's going to link to. And then whether it's a custom link versus a page that already exists or a blog category. Those are usually our biggest, most often used scenarios for managing your navigation. So if you have any questions on that, by all means, you can reach out to us at team@ballenbrands.com.